This movie is literally about a man who is a school teacher, and he was the one that volunteered to go into outer space.
That was a lie. He did not volunteer at all.
And while he's in outer space, he meets this rock-like extraterrestrial being given ET/Wally. And they became best friends, and somehow they are now trying to prevent both of their planets from going extinct. So
Shh, it's almost done.
I feel so many things. Hold on. Ryan did exactly what he came to do in that film. Let me tell you something. That man can act, and I had always been a Ryan Gosling fan ever since The Notebook. Let's be clear. I am not a sci-fi fan. I don't really know too much about science fiction, so I just chalked the entire storyline up to the fact that I just genuinely don't know how it's supposed to go anyway. But Ryan played his tail off. I love the moments where he knew how to be funny. He knew how to, break up the monotony. He knew how to, play with what he had, work with what he had in the environment. Not to spoil it a lot, but there were definitely plenty of times where, it just bounced back and forth in the timeline. And after a while, I started to get a little whiplash. I started to question really what was present day and what was past tense sometimes. But I think the movie was put together really, really well. There was no point in time where I was basically distracted from the storyline, honey, and it just felt like the plot kept thickening. The plot just kept thickening. I feel like I was on the edge of my seat for the last 35 minutes of the movie. I'm still figuring out what to think about it. I would say the entire first half of the movie is really, like I said, nuance. It was establishing context, it was establishing the setting, but there were certain details that they didn't reveal probably until the middle to end of the movie anyway. So it was one of those things, it felt like one big puzzle that we were all just trying to figure out. Ryan's character was figuring it out. I was figuring it out as it was happening. We were all figuring it out as it was happening. Project Hail Mary. One thing I will say though, I feel like I had just the right amount of time with Rocky. If you put E.T. and mix it with Wally, sprinkle a little G and Z on it, that's Rocky. That's my Rocky. And one thing I also appreciate is that in the middle of all of the seriousness, right, I still chuckled. I chuckled my tail off. There was a chuckle or two in me. If you are a sci-fi fan, if you really enjoy science fiction, I really think you would enjoy